Today's session, as I was saying, is how do we really prepare for some kind of, uh, again, using the word financial shocks would be wrong, but I think by now all of us are aware that there is a continued period of economic uncertainty. Now, uh, and there are three large segments under which we want to cover today's session. First is a little bit of context on the economic uncertainty itself. What does this really mean? Why do we see how does the cascading impact of this economic uncertainty hit all of us? I think personally, we all do have a sense of it. What does it mean for our organizations? The second segment is around, okay, what are some of the cost prudency measures that we need to be looking at? The counter argument can always be that, well, we're already operating on bootstrapped. We've never really been one of those, we've always been frugal. I think one of the things that I think I will definitely acknowledge is the frugality with which nonprofit organizations have always functioned. So I do understand that each of us, and I include myself in this conversation as a participant, because at Toolbox we also have we have the same pain points, the same worries that each of you have. And finally, what are those kind of risks? What sort of small steps around improved planning can we do? There are no answers in terms of, is capital going to open up in 4 months? Is it going to open up in 6 months? And so I think these are the three main areas that we want to touch upon. Now, this session will not cover the proposed amendments or which it's still not yet become an ordinance, but there are proposed amendments in the finance bill. There are changes in the CSR provisions that are coming together. But till they are tabled, we are not the best experts to address that. So I would refrain from touching upon those areas. But I think as a thumb rule, we all are aware that irrespective of the kind of capital that we solicit, whether it is CSR funding, whether it is grant-based from foundations, there is a certain amount of reporting that is required. The only thing that I will bring about is that each of you, please go to the FCRA website, put in your login ID, and check if you are required to submit a report of your organization's response during COVID-19. The best way, if you have not received an email, is because I didn't receive an email as Chief Functionary at Toolbox India Foundation. We did go to the FCRA site, we put in our number, and then we checked, and you get a response. So for those of you who have received a letter, fair enough. For those of you who haven't received a letter, please do check if you haven't already.